I got multiple things going on at the computer at one time. Give me just 1 second. All these things on my screen. There we go. Sorry about the delay. Here we go. Hey, Chris Jenkins, credential member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, aka man of the people, because I enjoy working for the fans of the Carolina Panthers, and it's getting closer. Just a little bit more than a week away from Spartanburg training camp getting started. Having a chance to see Bryce Young live and in action. Let me do it now. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of training camp. That means everybody that's watching, I need you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. It really helps us grow the channel. Players, coaches love being on the channel when there's more viewers there. So please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you already have subscribed, hit the like button. So hey, I've been missing everybody. I'm getting kind of anxious for the season to start. I know a lot of people are too. So I came up with this idea, and by the way, welcome to my studio. You know, there's many places I'll film at. Right now I'm at my actual work desk, so welcome. But there are just over a week to go, and I've been missing you guys. So this whole week I decided that we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna play not like barbershop talk, not trivia, but just more like barbershop talk with fun stuff about the Carolina Panthers. And this show is live for the reason of interacting with you all that are watching, all right? So I'm gonna put it in the comments again right now, but also you can look in the comments. It's always gonna be in each video this week, and the comments will be the link for you all to come on the show and tell me your opinion. That's very, very important. This show's interactive, right? I want everybody to get used to it because we're gonna do it all year long. You don't call in. I mean, if you want to say call in, but you video, FaceTime, whatever you want to call it in, whether you're on your cell phone, your computer, whatever. Let me hear from you. Let's be interactive. Let's talk about some football, all right? So let me go ahead and give a few shout outs. Let me know how this setup is working for everybody. We got Lomax signing on. We got Chris Johnson on. We got the NFL kid that's on. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit here. We got Rails. What's going on, Rails? Rails checking in. And we also got the NFL kid checking in. So let me go ahead and again put this link. I'm gonna put it in the comments. I'm gonna pin it at the top. But it's also in the comments. All right, so you can go there and do it as well. Give me a second. But nevertheless, let me go ahead and say this topic so we can all get ready for it, all right? Today's topic: what former Carolina Panther player would you add to this current Frank Reich coach team, super coach Don Capers, Deuce Staley, etc.? What one former Carolina Panther player would you add to this roster to take us over top and give us the best chance to win the Super Bowl? All right, that's the question. That is the question I want to hear from you. If you can't get on the video, okay, go ahead and type your comments. But I want you all to get used to it. Get on your phones, on your computers. I'm about to pin this on the comments right now so you guys can see it. So give us a second to do that. My mom signed on. What's up, Mom? Thank you for signing on. Let's see. Andre Cunningham, you can see me and hear me loud and clear. That's good. Just trying to pin this comment at the top. But again, as soon as I put this up there, if you already want to join and you see the link in the comments, just click on that and that'll be fine as well. And we're gonna go for about an hour. We'll go for up to an hour. All right, so the comment is now out there, and I'm going to pin the message so that everybody can see it. All right, so that comment has been pinned to the message. Ali, okay, hold on. Andre's joining. Let's see. All right, Andre, let me let me get on my headphones, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let you give me your opinion. I appreciate you being quick to get on. I'm sorry I wasn't ready for you, but yeah, and again, everybody watching, we're just gonna have fun, man. We all nobody knows for sure, but that's the fun of sports, right? Just debating things and talking about different stuff and getting excited about this upcoming season. I will be down in Spartanburg every day, bring you some Bryce Young and other people highlights. Who's ever doing stuff with Bryce Young will certainly be my focal point. And I'm almost plugged in, ready to. See if I can hit the button. Andre, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I can hear you as well. So, all right, you heard the topic. If there was one former player that you could add to this roster, make it a Super Bowl winning team, or at least give us the best chance, who would you think that you want to
James Bradbury.
add? Okay, you got to tell me why, man. Tell me a little bit more.
Well, the two top people, which is Dante Jackson and um Horn, um they're good, and I think they can get the job done. But if you can take a C.J. Henderson out and
Mm.
put James Bradbury in, that'll make that secondary so elite with Chin, and you got Von Bell, then you got Xavier Woods. So I just think, and I know I can't remember who it was, but I know we had picked up a cornerback from um I think it was the Beavers. I can't remember the college name, but he's supposed to be pretty good. Um, so I'd be interested to see if somebody take Henderson's spot that can be better than, or you know, give that secondary top notch skill level.
So you go with a Bradbury over a Josh Norman, even.
I seen Josh play when he came back for them couple games or whatever the case may be at the end of the season, and he still could do it, but I think he would need a whole year to um to get in shape and train and get up to speed and stuff like that. Because when they threw him back in like the middle of the season or towards the end of the season, I can tell sometimes he was winded. But I think Josh Norman could still be a Josh Norman. I just think he would need a whole season. With Bradbury, he's already playing, and it wouldn't take him that much time to get in that back into that shape.
Okay, so let me give you this clarification to this fun question here. You're taking a former player at his best year, not like as of today, but you're taking that former player at his
Okay.
best year for the Carolina Panthers. So knowing that, would you still stick with James, or would you go to the offensive side? Where would you still be?
Then if that's the case, then I would have to go to Julius Peppers
Okay,
on the other side of Brian Burns.
okay, okay.
So in Julius' best year with Brian Burns, I think that'll be phenomenal. No disrespect. Like I don't even think it would be words for that. It would just be so amazing.
Okay, and so
So
you wouldn't stick with the offense. You would still go with the defense.
yeah, the only reason I wouldn't go offense is because in their best years, now I would say for offense, I would say Steve Smith and agent number 89. The running backs, Jonathan Stewart, D'Angelo Williams, you got Bianca Batuka,
But you all
the
got it.
quarterbacks,
You
the
only
only
get one
quarterback,
though.
huh?
You only get one though.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I would say I can say that we can score, but I would rather stop the other team from scoring. Is why I would, and plus I was the linebacker in high school, so so that's why I'm on defense.
Okay, I'll take it, man. I appreciate it. You want to add anything else?
No, man, your show is great. I love watching you before the game start, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing a great job.
Hey, appreciate it very much. We got more planned as always this year. We're gonna have my co-host from last year, Andre Cassidy, back. We're gonna do
Are you
Rashad.
going? Are you going? Can we get a special guest? Cause that I don't know where the woman went, but she needs to just come back for just a little minute.
Hey, anybody can always just come on and join. You see, we put the link out there. But I'll tell Lauren that you guys miss her and what's up. See if she can't make a guest appearance.
Great, great,
But
great.
but
Well,
we
thank you
also
for the time, man.
yeah appreciate you. Have a good morning.
You too.
All right, so there you have it. He went with at first. Again, let me clarify the question. The former player can be any player that used to play for the Carolina Panthers at his best moments with the Carolina Panthers. So gives you a the whole history since '95 of guys that you could pick, whether it's on offense, whether it's on defense. So initially he said James Bradbury, then went to Julius Peppers as his former player that he would like to add. So again, live show for the next about 50 minutes. I want everybody to click on the link. I pinned it in the comments. If you don't see it in the comments, you'll see it in the description for the video. Click on that link. I want everybody to join us. We're going to be always inviting you all year long to come on the show. Let me know your comments, all right? So go ahead and click on that link. Let me see if any comments I missed while me and Andre were talking. And it kind of fooled me because his name was Andre, and I'm thinking my co-host, Andre, was about to jump on, but it was not. Let's see, the NFL kid said, I don't know if you will join you today, but I'll just go ahead and Patrick. No, it has to be a Carolina Panther player, a former Carolina Panther player. You can't go to other teams. So Mahomes with the Chiefs does not count, but I appreciate it. Malcolm Gerard Smith, looking forward to the season. Yeah, we're just really, I think it's a Tuesday, because I know I'm not going to go the very first day that they report down for player check-in, but I will be there the first day they actually are going through practice. About a week away. So yeah, a lot of us are excited about this time coming up. All right, so it looks like he said Steve Smith will be his guy on the offensive side, the one player that he would add to make this a championship team. So you got Bryce, Steve Smith. I don't know if you're going to have Chark and Marshall, and then you got the defense as is. So, you know, Steve Smith was one of the guys that I thought about, but he wasn't who I picked as my guy for taking us over. So here's the way I looked at it. And again, hey, if you're watching this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you have not subscribed and you're watching, please consider hitting the subscribe button. So I looked at it like this. We all know, at least I agree with this popular opinion, that the quarterback is the most important position in the NFL. He's the guy that touches the ball the most outside of the center, but the center's just handing it off, right? He's the guy that touches the ball the most, makes the most decisions, and is really responsible for that offensive output, right? So they are generally the most important. So you think about the quarterback position. You think if I take out Bryce Young and then I input Cam Newton, and not just Cam Newton when he's, you know, a rookie or when he was just playing last year, a couple years ago. I'm talking about MVP of the season, Cam Newton. I'm talking about the dual threat, Cam Newton. That guy, his best season as a Carolina Panther, putting him on this roster right now, would that be what takes us over? And I like that a lot. I like Cam Newton a lot at his best, man. Let me see if I have his stats. Cam leads his team as a quarterback in almost, you know, every quarterback statistical category. Definitely, in my opinion, our best quarterback in franchise history, right? Phenomenal dual threat. Could run the ball, could pass the ball, could throw the ball deep down the field with accuracy. But I didn't choose Cam Newton. And the only reason I didn't choose Cam is because I feel like Bryce Young, with our number one pick, he might not be the exact thing that Cam Newton was, but I feel like he will be pretty adequate to get the ball around, to be smart about what he's doing, and maybe in lieu of some of the athleticism, be able to make a few more decision-making type plays. Not to say that Cam was terrible at decision-making, but just could make a few more decision-making type plays, orchestrating and running this offense that makes him where I say, okay, I'll stay put with Bryce Young as the quarterback. And then I go and say, well, what's the other part that really? Oh, let me get this comment off the screen here. What's the other thing that really takes you over the top and helps you win a championship? Defense. You know, defense wins championships. So Andre, I agree with you. I like Julius Peppers. My pick would be bringing back Julius Peppers at his prime to be on the opposite end of Brian Burns, combined with our current defensive line, which is pretty good. And now you got two tall, athletic guys, and Julius Peppers is certainly more dominant than Brian Burns. I ain't saying that Brian is, you know, a weak link by any means. You have Julius Peppers out there, a guy who can rush the quarterback, a guy who can stop the run, a guy that has several interceptions in his career, a guy that can drop back a little bit into coverage. He ain't gonna be able to run around with everybody, but if he needs to drop back a little bit to give you a different look, Julius Peppers can do that. And then you got a good solid linebacking core with Frankie Louvu and Shaq. And then you got J.C. Horn and Dante Jackson back there. You got Von Bell back there. I mean, you have a defense that is pretty good. So now you got an offense with Bryce Young, who, you know, presumably can move the ball down the field. But more importantly, you've seen it before. If Bryce gets hot and he's doing good, but we can't stop the other team, then boom, you had a loss. So, I mean, Julius Peppers, franchise leader in sacks, hold a team record for forced fumbles. To me, that's my guy. That's my guy that I'll put on this team, take us over top. I also thought about Steve Smith and how well he can take over a game. But I still go to say, man, Steve Smith on the offensive side, which is great, but I need some insurance. Hey, what if Steve Smith is balling out? What if Steve Smith's having a 200-yard game, got 3 touchdowns, doing his thing? But on the other team that we're playing, they're good. What if we're not stopping them? You know, you still need to have that other stop. So I would rather go with Julius Peppers as that one player. So again, the question is, what former player at his best would you add to this current roster with this Frank Wright-led coaching staff that's a darn good coaching staff? What player do you think will do it? So I got didn't Cam throw for 800 yards in his first 2 games? He threw for quite a bit. Let me see if I can get you the answer to that. See if I can't get you the answer to that question real quick. Yeah, I can't quickly get it. I don't want to say 800. I definitely want to say it might have been 600. I don't know if I go as high as 700. Yeah, I can't quickly find his, let's see, game by game stats. So anyway, all right, let's go. He's not here live with us, but Andre Cassidy, our co-host, we're going to go in and let him share his comments on who he would pick for that player.
Wow, Chris is really asking the tough questions here. But the question is, which former player would you like to add to the current roster? And, you know, there's a whole bunch of players that you could choose from, the likes of Cam Newton, Steve Smith, Musa Muhammad, Greg Olson. And, you know, when you ask this question, it's really, for me, the way that I interpret it, it's based off a need as of right now with how the roster is currently constructed. And so for me, I would want to see Julius Peppers to be somebody that would be added to this current roster. And when you look at how it's built right now with Brian Burns, who is arguably, and I don't even think that's a debate, is our best pass rusher. And over the past couple of years, there hasn't really been a legitimate second option opposite of him. So when you think of a guy like Julius Peppers, who literally leads um, this team in franchise's history with sacks, with tackles, with all these impressive statistics, to be able to have him opposite of Brian Burns would make that uh, duo just practically unstoppable for any team that would have to go up against them.
So there you have it. Andre Cassidy, co-host, seeming like Julius Peppers so far as the fan choice on the Charlotte Vibe channel for the player to add. Now, Andre Cunningham was talking about, didn't Cam throw for 400 yards on his first game? Yeah, he did actually. So I looked into that further. And yeah, first player in NFL history to do so as a rookie, 2 consecutive 400-yard passing games, and his rookie season of 2011. So man, I knew it was high, I knew it was phenomenal, but I had forgot that it was over 400 yards. Man, if Bryce Young does anything near that, this will be some exciting times. Really, really cool. So Andre Cassidy picked Julius Peppers. I'll give you guys another second to join in and leave in the comments on who you think, or not who you think, who you would like to see as that one player that comes back. And again, we're going to be doing this show every day this week. Going to try to stick to 12 o'clock on each show, but I know one day it might have to be 1 o'clock. So, but it's easy. It's going to be, I'm going to schedule the video ahead of time. So if you have not hit that bell notification, do so. That way you'll be able to know when I'm going to go live, so you can come on and join us, have some lunchtime conversation. But you saw Andre's furthermore putting these stats out here. 403 in his first game, 404 in his second game. Pretty cool. All right, so if you happen to miss the live show and you're watching, do me a favor, leave it in the comments on who you think would be the best player, former player, to add to this roster that would get us over the hump, put us, in good contention to win a Super Bowl. I would like to know. So we got one more fun question that we're going to go over today, which you didn't know about, but I figured, hey, the would you rather questions are really, really fun. Would you rather? Inspire, I got to give props to WFNZ, listen to those guys occasionally, and heard a great question that they posed. I said, man, that's a fun question. So I went and dug up some of my own to find for you, and we're going to play along, all right? So here's your would you rather question for today. All right, would you rather be remembered as a highly skilled player that played for multiple teams throughout your career, or a one-team legend who had a solid but not exceptional career statistically? All right, so would you rather be the superstar, great, phenomenal player, end up bouncing around through a couple of teams in your NFL career, or would you just rather be with one team your entire career, pretty good, pretty solid, but just not as superstar exceptional? Which would you rather be? So I'm going to give you all a chance to think about it. Again, if you're watching live, please, hey, live so we can interact with you all. The only YouTube channel that always does this, only credentialed media source that invites you to partake in the conversation all the time. So I hope you will consider joining us. So I am going to throw this one first to my co-host, Andre Cassidy, and let you hear his opinion on which he would rather do.
Yeah, I would rather be that because, for one, loyalty, especially in the sports world today, continues to be rarer and rarer. I mean, you just look at the NBA, guys like Damian Lillard, who just requested for a trade. He has been with the Trailblazers for 10 years. I know it's not directly tied with the NFL, but the business of sports has really turned into players moving and having to be able to go into different environments in order for them to succeed. So it's becoming more rare and very seldom that you see guys stay in one locale and be successful. in that one environment or one team that they have stayed with. So I think just from that perspective alone, it would really, I would prefer to be the loyal guy and stay with that team while not, particularly blowing everybody away with, that exceptional career. And that could really be openly interpreted as well.
All right, so there you have it. My man Andre saying that he wants to be with one team, with the loyalty. All right, one team with the loyalty. That's Andre's. I want to know your thoughts. Who would you rather be, the player that went around, or the player that stayed with one team? And the player that went around, he was phenomenal, superstar. Or the other player, he's good. He's made a Pro Bowl, but he is not a superstar. Andre's going with the stay with one team. Andre Cunningham, who joined me earlier on video, he's going to go with one team because he's loyal. Still going to give you all some time to log on and leave your comments about which one you would rather do. And then I'll ask you this: what are some players that are good / great that only played for one team? Walter Payton comes to mind. He only played with the Chicago Bears from 75 to 87. That's a darn good player to be with one team his whole career. I think I got another one for you. Let me just double check before I say this, because I know everybody will jump at me here. Another one. Another player that played one team with one team his entire career. If you guys got any ideas, leave it in the comments. I'm gonna tell you here in a second. But I got my second guy that played with only one team his entire career. Hit the like button if you're watching. Another running back, Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders played with the Detroit Lions his entire career, which is pretty cool. Got a chance to meet Barry Sanders too, and this was before I got into sports coverage. It was pretty cool. I actually met Barry Sanders in Detroit. That was pretty cool. Another pretty cool thing I just thought about. It was maybe, oh man, 3 years ago. I actually got to fly to Green Bay with Julius Peppers, and I can't say with, but but it was cool that you get on a plane. And it was one of those planes that were not big where you actually had a separate first class. It was just one of those 2x2s, maybe 15 rows deep kind of planes. And Julius Peppers was either one row or at the most 2 rows in front of me. That was pretty cool. So I'll give you another player. Let me again verify really quickly before I say it. Another player who's played with one team his entire career. Making sure, yeah. Quarterback, Dan Marino for the Miami Dolphins. And then I think I can give you one more. Again, let me just make sure before I get out of here. Yeah. He played for the New York Giants. Any guesses? Any guesses? New York Giants. Only team he played for. Lawrence Taylor. So you got Dan Marino, Lawrence Taylor, Walter Payton, Barry Sanders. 4 guys that played for one team, didn't have to bounce around, and were pretty darn good players. My thing, I would go for the one. I would go for the one team. Personally, yeah, I'm a guy that I don't know if my wife maybe considers this, but hey, to me, if it's working, I'm good to go, right? I don't have to be here and then go to the next big city or the next great thing. I feel like if I've been in the league for 8 years, my money's good. I don't need to go and play for some other teams so I can get some bigger contract, get a couple more million. I would just keep myself, keep my family, stay in that one city, stay in that one community, probably have a lot of good things that I've done in the community, great relationships in the community. Heck, probably even more likely to get a little statue, a little commemorative thing for everything that you do. So I would go to stay in that one city because I too am a pretty loyal guy. So that's what I would do. Andre Cunningham coming at me with some more people that have played for one team. He says Bart Starr. and Antonio Gates. Let me see if I can do a quick fact check with you. You've been pretty good with your facts, so you probably are right. Yes, Bart Starr with the Green Bay Packers, and Ray Lewis. Did Ray Lewis only play with one team? Voice cracking. I don't know why my voice cracking. Yeah, Ray Lewis only played with the Baltimore Ravens, two-time Super Bowl champ, 1996 to 2012. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. So, those were your two questions for today. Which former player from the Carolina Panthers would you bring back and add to this roster? Now, you're bringing the player back from his best year as a Panther player, not as he is right now in July 17, 2023. And then the second question was, would you rather play for one team your entire career, being a pretty good player, Pro Bowler, just not exceptional superstar, or would you rather be that superstar your entire career, crazy stats, and play for multiple teams? Andre Cunningham is just rattling off guys that have played. I like it, Andre. I like it. I like it. So again, appreciate everybody that joined me live today. Want to remind you, I'm going to do this show every day this week as we get ready for training camp down in Spartanburg. I will be at every single, I might be one, but I'm going to do my best to be at every single practice down there in Spartanburg. Every time I'm there, I can guarantee you're going to have some Bryce Young video to look at, soak up, enjoy, and as well as other players that may be standing out. And subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of training camp. I'm going to earn it. I'm going to give you a lot of new content, a lot of exclusive content, unique content, and we'll continue to be accessible. I like to try to be the most accessible member of the media to the fans to help get you questions answered, talk to players, talk to coaches, whatever you need to do, whatever questions you may have. That's how I get the man of the people. So that'll be it. Special thanks to everybody that tuned in live. Thanks to everybody that are tuning in, watching the recorded show. I will see you back here tomorrow, Tuesday at 12 o'clock.